Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. Now today we are going to discuss about the chi-square distribution and we are going to say about the comparison summary of the chi-square test goodness of fit and the independence and the homogeneity. Till now whatever the topics we have studied in this particular distribution, we are going to take out a summary of all these and put out some comparison factors between all the topics which we have studied till now in this particular distribution. Right, so hope I'm very clear with the idea that what we are gonna follow. So let's get started up here, and what I'm gonna do is that I'll be simply taking out a color so that I would just start writing out in a short while. Okay, yeah, here we go. So I will just put on simple heading, that's the comparison. Right, yeah, it actually works out. Fine. So I'll be comparing regarding the chi-square test, and in that I'll be going for the goodness of fit. I'll be going for the independence, and even I'll be going for the homogeneity. Fine. Okay, let's get started up here. You have seen. So I will just start writing out the things as well. So it goes like, you have seen the what was the denotion that we used? That was like this, right? This was the denotion that we used. That this test is statistic. I will just write out here statistic, right, like this. Great. So you have seen that the x square, that's the test statistic, is used in three different circumstances, right? So basically now I'll be doing out the comparison regarding all of these, and we'll be like discussing about a quick summary regarding all the three. That was goodness of fit, we were having independence, and next we were having the homogeneity, right? So for writing and comparing all of these things, let me just take out a new color so that the things differentiate a little bit between each other, right? So yeah, it's okay, and let me even get out some space as well. So yeah, here we go. So I'm having here the goodness of, and then we are having here as goodness of fit, right? Now basically what we need to decide here with the goodness of fit of that fit, and what we actually do from here. So the complete use of goodness of fit is basically it helps us to decide that whether a population with an unknown distribution fits a known distribution or not, right? This is what this particular a factor lets us know, that basically we need to use out the goodness of fit test to decide that whether a population with unknown distribution, that's called as a fit, is a known distribution or not, right? So in this goodness of fit, we have just simply the case that we simply have a single qualitative survey question, right? Or basically we have an experiment that has some single outcome from a single population. So onto the goodness of fitness, whatever the things work and whatever the things which we are having, so that depends on the outcome of the experiment, right? Okay, that's okay. Next, basically, what it is typically used for, so it's typically used to see out the population, right? It basically used to see out the population, that if the population is uniform or the population is normal, or basically if the population, one of the population is same as the other population as well, right? So this is what, and this is where this goodness of fit actually works, and this is where this goodness of fit basically is used, right? I would just quickly write out a quick summary thing regarding this particular. So I could write it out in such a way that used to see that if the population is uniform, or the population is normal. So yeah, this is the main thing where it is used, that it's basically used to see that if a population is uniform or basically the population is normal, right? Now hope I'm very much clear with this particular thing. And basically here under this goodness of fit, we are having null and the alternate hypothesis. So already we have discussed a lot in previous topics as well, and right here in this particular as well. I just told you regarding the null hypothesis and the alternate hypothesis. So null hypothesis was basically denoted by H naught, right? And it basically what it is, it's the population fits the given distribution. So whatever the distribution we were given, it basically fits onto that particular, right? Next, I was having HA, that was my alternate hypothesis. So into that case, the population does not fit out the given distribution. So this was a short difference between the null hypothesis and even between the alternate hypothesis. Right. Next we are having the next factor, that is independence. So I would just put on a quick topic over here, that's the independence. So here goes the independence right here. Okay, yeah. So we have the independence. Now basically what it is completely used out for. So whenever we go with the test for independence, so basically we decide whether the two variables are independent or they are dependent, right? Whenever we just use out this independence factor, whenever we just go with the test for the independence, so we just perform out this particular test so as to check out, so as to assure that whether the two variables which are given to us, you could say variables or factors that are independent or that are dependent. It depends, right? Now, in this particular case, there we have the two qualitative surveys. In the goodness of it, we were simply having one qualitative survey, right? Okay. Now, here into the independence factor, we have two qualitative survey questions, or you could say as experiments. Okay. So basically, what's the main goal when you are using out this particular test? The main goal is that it basically we need to see it that if the two variables are independent or related, that is dependent. So if the two variables are unrelated or related, this is the main goal for carrying out this particular independence test, right? Here as well we are having out the null and hypothesis test. So that is H naught and HA. So H naught is the basically that the two variables are independent, and HA is the two variables are dependent. This is regarding the H naught and the HA, right? Fine. Let me just get out some space. So let me just go down. Write out here the next what very third one, and that's we are having the principle of homogeneity. Right. Now we'll be talking about a quick summary regarding the homogeneity principle that we have studied out. So what is that? What was that used for? So basically this is one of the tests which is for the homogeneity. It basically helps us to decide that if the two populations with unknown distribution have the same distribution as each other. Let's say there are two populations that are having unknown distribution, right? So it is basically used to check that out, that whether two populations which have unknown distribution have the same distribution with each other or not, right? This is what the homogeneity test actually does, and this is the place where this homogeneity test actually works upon, right? And in this case as well, we will be having one single qualitative survey question, right? Or you could say experiment. Fine. Again, there are two types of hypothesis. You have the null hypothesis, you have the alternate hypothesis. So for null, basically we have the two populations follow the same distribution, and for alternate hypothesis, we have the two populations have different distributions. So in the null one, we were having the same, and in the alternate, we were having the different, right? So yeah, this was about the all the three of the summary regarding all the three, that was goodness of fit, independence, and the homogeneity. So in the goodness of it, we were simply having one single that particular thing, and into that we were having two hypotheses, null and alternative. So null hypothesis was used basically the population fits the given distribution, and alternative was basically the population does not fits the given distribution, right? Then we were having the independence. So in independence, what was happening? In that as well, the null hypothesis, in that we were having two variables which were independent variables, are as well called as factors. You could call them as factors as well. Okay, so the two variables or factors are independent in the null hypothesis. And when I talk about the alternate hypothesis, so in that case the two variables, or you could say as factors, are the dependent. Right, next I was even having about the homogeneity. Regarding the homogeneity, that's what it is. So here in the homogeneity as well, we are having the null and the hypothesis. So null hypothesis here in this particular case was that the two populations follow the same distribution, and about the alternate hypothesis was that the two populations have different distributions. Right, so hope I made the quick summary regarding these things very much clear to you regarding that what's that goodness of fit and what are the null and alternate hypotheses there. What about the independence and what are null and alternate hypotheses, and what about the homogeneity? So in that case again, what are the null and the alternate hypotheses? Right, hope I am very much clear with this particular thing. So we'll meet you with some new topics in the next video. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.